What's up, fight fans? What's going on out there? The homie, main man, made man is in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, going down on Wednesdays and Saturdays here on Main Man, Made Man's Boxing. What's up, Dundada? Dundada in the building. Salute to all the fam that catch this live and everybody that catches this on the playback. Thumbs up as you pull up. Y'all already know, man. So this particular video right here, well, dealing with the subject, I heard about this last week, man. I didn't get time to sit down and talk about it. We didn't talk about it on We Talking Boxing. And that is some recent comments made by Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney last week was over on 78 Sports TV's channel, in which he gave a real good interview, man. I watched that whole interview from top to bottom. Gave a real good interview. Of course, out of that whole hour and some change, long ass video, you know what I mean, that had a lot of good stuff in it. A lot of good stuff in it. Devin Haney talked about who he wanted to fight. Devin Haney talked about the things he's been doing in the meantime, between time. Devin Haney spoke on who's his favorite fighter, who he draws his inspirations from. All of this stuff was involved in that interview, right? But they took the one line out of that interview, this one little section, out of that whole revealing interview, they took this one little section. And that's what makes me go, what are the real intentions here? Like, are the intentions to deal with Devin Haney's comments, and we'll get more into it, to deal with his comments, or is this to single out a specific group and try to make them look a certain kind of way? We gonna talk about it. Long Swims in the building. What's up, family? Stormy B-Man in the building. What's going on? What's going on, man? Let's talk about this, fight fans. Now, let's talk my position from the jump. I do not think that what Devin Haney said was racist, and allow me to give my reasons for such. What's up, coach? Here's the deal. Boxing, whether you like it or hate it, love it or hate it, it's been predominantly dominated by black fighters. That's just the facts of the matter. They have been dominated by black fighters. So if a black fighter see that he's to face a white man, he may feel as though, since this is the sport that we've dominated for so long, no way that I can let a white boy beat me. We're going to go deep on this. Remember the movie Cool Runnings, when you had the Jamaican bobsled team? And remember when you had that Jamaican bobsled team get involved in bobsledding, and what everybody was saying? Oh, no way in hell. No way. A Jamaican bobsled team? Man, there's no way that some dudes from Jamaica is going to come into bobsledding and beat us. Was that seen as racist? Or was that seen as competitive? If you get an all-black hockey team, right, and they're in the NHL, you got other teams, white, whatever, black, other, and they see an all-black hockey team, what are they going to say? No way that we losing to a team of black players. Doesn't mean they racist. I'm going to tell you what makes this statement racist. What makes the statement, what would have made the statement racist in my book, if Devin Haney would have came out and said, I'm not fighting no white fighters. If Devin Haney would have came out and said, I'm never sharing the ring with a white fighter. That's racist. That's racist. That's divisive. Not, oh, nah. Take in mind, what I saw from this situation was a dude amongst his peers talking smack. That's it. That's all it was. That's all it was. But in today's PC culture, it's the worst thing in the world. This wasn't the worst thing ever said in boxing. Muhammad Ali talked against white people all the time. He's considered the greatest of all time. Bernard Hopkins lost to Joe Calzaghe after making this exact same statement. He lost. Considered the greatest middleweight of all time. You see where I'm going? Well, some say Marvin Hagler. But the point I'm making is, everyone knew that they were making these comments in the breath of competitiveness. The intentions, where it came from. Now, let's say if the tables were turned. Because I know some of y'all, oh, you wouldn't be saying this if it was a black guy, if it was a white guy that said this. Let's deal with that. If a white dude came out and said, man, I ain't losing to no black fighters, I wouldn't feel no kind. I just feel, oh, okay. Well, we're going to put our best black fighter forward and we're going to fight it out from a competitive standpoint, fight fans. Now, if that same white fighter would have said, man, I'm never fighting a black man. What I'm going to fight a black fighter for? I don't want him touch. I don't want anything to do with black people. That's racist. Not telling you I want to fight the man. I just don't see them beating me. Now, what Devin Haney said to me, the way he crafted his apology, listen to this. The last couple of days, I've had time to reflect on a lot. I sincerely regret using a term that I have now learned to be derogatory to many of my many friends and associates, end quote. Devin Haney didn't apologize for his intentions. Devin Haney didn't apologize for feeling as though he's not going to lose to a white fighter. Devin Haney apologized for using the term white boy. He felt as though that offended some people. For everybody that's jumping on Devin today, and y'all like, yo, he abandoned us. He didn't stand on his square, blah, 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 as if you are a businessman and walking in that businessman's shoes. But if that's you, if you one of them, you got no reason to be tripping. He didn't apologize for his position. He said he used the wrong term or the wrong words. How many times have you offended somebody and you be like, oh, damn, no, I just used the wrong terminology. But your intentions are the same. That's what Devin did. Oh, Devin did. It's like, so to my people, man, my black people, man, we got to be cool. Look, the young man is still with the same damn mindset. Y'all saying, when I heard, and when you read sensational headlines, oh, he apologized. I'm like, oh, shit. Did he cave? Like, oh, no, you know what? I shouldn't say that about white people. No, he just said, yo, I used the wrong term. But I still mean the same shit still stands. Shit don't change. Real shit. Read some comments, man. Chin Smoke in the building. Sorry if I've been overlooking some comments. Doesn't really matter. What happened to those great black hockey players? Exactly. But yo, let a black hockey team walk up in hockey. Man, they're gonna be like, hell nah. You know what I'm saying? Hell nah. Equal foundation. What's up, family? What's up, man? What's up, man? So Canelo versus no Mexicans. Exactly. Now, when B-Hop said this back then, because I thought he was saying it from a competitive standpoint. Oh, he's a racist. He's a racist. B-Hop rocking with Golden Boy today. And y'all already know how that go. It was a competitive statement. Said amongst peers. Like I told y'all, Devin Haney has been rolling with the LDBC for a minute. That wasn't his first time on the LDBC platform. That's his homies. And he felt like he was amongst peers, talking like amongst his peers. He's a youngin'. Now, let's look at the media. This is my bone I really got to pick. And this is why I asked the question at the beginning of the live stream. What's this really about? This story originated on Boxing Scene as last I can remember. Right? Boxing Scene, owned by CBS. CBS owns Showtime. Showtime rocking with the PBC. We are in the middle of a coronavirus pause where everybody are hurting. Everybody's numbers are hurting. Except them boys. Salute to them boys. Love it or hate it. The LDBC is the biggest boxing movement on YouTube. With the most support. You love it or hate it. You think them corporate piranhas don't know this shit? Their numbers are down too. Y'all better get hip. That interview was almost 2 hours long, man. And you took a microcosm of the interview. What is your real intention, CBS? What's up? I understand Devin Haney used to fight for Showtime. Now he fighting for DAZN. So now y'all okaying bad stories against him now? Like, what's really going? Who the target here? Who really is the target? I'm looking around YouTube. I'm seeing all of the boxing media that always look down upon YouTube. Bunch of cats in their cars. Bunch of Oh, they this, they that. They don't have the right information. They're just emotional fans. There it is. Then they are here. They are here. I got an honest feeling. I don't want to go too much in it. There's a lot about shit behind the scenes that I know about. How numbers do get played with to favor certain groups and entities on YouTube. The big boys, you know who they are. But the only group, even through this coronavirus stuff, the only group out of all of you alphabet people out there that's been consistently staying strong, and they do have a certain degree of power, whether you love it or hate it, it's them, the LDBC. And they went to the biggest dog on the hill, 78. I think he's going to be ready for him. And that's what makes me go, what the hell is really going on? You know what I mean? What the hell is really, really going on? Now, Devin, he brought an energy that he couldn't, that wasn't him. When Devin made this statement, he should have known that a certain energy was going to come his way. Now, it was on Devin whether he was going to embrace this energy or go the other way. Every fighter throughout their career are presented with certain paths, in my opinion. You could choose to be the villain. You could choose to be the fair guy. You could choose to be the fan guy. You could choose to be the humanitarian. What do you want to be in boxing? That door eventually is going to open up once you are accelerating to certain levels. And now this is the first door for Devin. This was an opportunity that Devin could have walked down and been just like his mentor, Floyd. He could have walked down this path and said, yes, and I ain't apologizing for shit, and I ain't changing nothing I said. He would have brought a certain level of hate. He would have been in that category of people paying to see him lose. He didn't want to embrace that role. He don't want that. You can't put a jacket on somebody that don't want it. Family, what's up, blood? What's up, Jimmy? What's up, homie? I'm getting at you, bro, for real. You can't put a jacket on somebody, though, man, that don't want it. Everybody ain't an Ali. Everybody ain't a Wilder. Some folks, some fighters just want to get in and get their money and get the hell out of boxing. A la Keith Thurman, you know what I mean? Whoever. Like some fighters, that's just who they are. You can't make them be something that they are not. Devin has showed us that this is the door that he don't want to walk down for whatever reason. Y'all got to respect that, man. That man got business interests. He's one of the few fighters that's doing it right because he got a strong father behind him. He's a bigger target. He's doing his own business, his own promotion. He's doing co-promotions with Eddie Hearn. He's going all on both sides of the fence of boxing. Still got connections with Floyd and Al. He's in a very, very good position in boxing. Makes him an extra target. They thought they were going to take Devin and make him a villain. He was facing a white fighter. He's presented with facing a white fighter. Let's just call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. He's the villain. It's the same way that they try to do for Andre Ward facing Sergey Kovalev. All of a sudden, at the end of Andre Ward's career, he is the worst person in the freaking world. He's cocky. He's brash. He's this. He's that. That's Andre Ward, SOG, son of God. They try to make him look bad because he was facing Kovalev. What the hell? So I know what they were trying to do with Devin. He's presented with Lomachenko. Oh, we're going to make him a villain. We need a villain in this situation. Put a certain amount of hate against Devin. It sounds good. So Devin came out and shut this down. That ain't me. I still a whoop his ass, though maybe my words were wrong. I'm young. So what? I still support Devin. Devin only has one problem. Devin has one problem. And that problem is Mr. Gary Russell Jr. He got Gary problems. That's what he got. You know what I mean? Real spill, man. Equal foundation. I know Crawford glad that the attention on Devin and not him for his COVID statements. Yeah, I heard about those COVID statements, man. Man, got a right to feel how you feel, man. We got to stop being with this PC thing, y'all. Like, I'm real old school when it comes to that, man. And you know what I mean? Like, these little words that y'all be getting so offended and getting y'all out of y'all, getting all offended. This stuff is not offensive, man. Like, dog, this is boxing. We supposed to be some of the most toughest skinned fans in the world. You know what I mean? We ain't supposed to be every little fucking thing, break our heart, hurt our feelings. That ain't us. That ain't who we are. We boxing fans. We've seen some of the most dirtiest, grungiest. We've heard some of the worst language ever said in public in a sporting world. This is boxing. This ain't fucking Splunk It or whatever y'all like to go watch. If the man thinks that no other white fighter gonna beat him, so be it. This ain't even really news whole time. I just don't like the fact that they trying to pick on a group on YouTube when it was more to that interview. I ain't seen not one other article wrote on that interview. Not one other one other than this shit. Not one other one. I went looking everywhere. To the independent contractors, to the big boys, to the old media, to the new. Not one other article about what was said in that interview, but, oh, I would never lose to a white boy. Fuck the corporate media. Great interview done by 78 Sports TV. We just got a new revelation done and shown to us who Devin Haney is as a fighter, the route that he wants to go down. He's 21 years old. Let him decide the roads he want to go down, fight fans. Stop putting jackets on these fighters. All right? Y'all develop these emotional attachments with these fighters and you act like they supposed to live like you. No. This is entertainment. This is sports. We got the fucking coronavirus going on right now where we all stuck in the house. We want to see sports. Competitiveness. Not, oh, he don't talk like me. He don't think like me. He don't act like me. So fuck him. Nah, man. I don't understand some boxing. Y'all need to cut it out, man. Let Shorty decide his own path. He got Gary Russell problems. That's my knock on him. That's my criticism on him. Gary Russell problems. However path he want to choose to go down, like they be doing with Bud. Ah, look at Bud. Look at it. He signed over there with Bob, so he deserves it. Bud has the best deal at the welterweight division. What the fuck is y'all talking about, bruh? There's no other welterweight other than maybe Manny that has a $3 million guarantee. And when he fights on pay-per-view, he gets pay-per-view revenue. But, oh, it's Bud. Y'all need to stop it, man. That man made the best move for him and his family. That's what he's supposed to do as a fighter. And if he didn't do it, I'd be questioning him otherwise. Same way with Devin. Devin got to make the best decisions for him, his company, and his brand, because after boxing, none of y'all gonna give two fucks. He should have did this. He should have did that. I hear you, young Devin. You protecting your business interests, youngin. And most importantly, you still feel the same way. You ain't took back what you said. You ain't come back out here backtracking like people trying to frame you to do. Some people don't believe, like, if you're not all the way militant, like, then you ain't in it at all. No. You ain't walking in that boy's shoes. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing that. Y'all ain't doing that out there. So at the end of the day, let him make the decisions that's best for his career. Let him choose the route, the image that he wants to portray to the world. You just sit back and enjoy the fucking fights. You know what I mean? Real spill. You know what I mean? Haney and Russell Jr. Duck artists. Hey, my man Russell coming to 35 and he taking over. Period. You know what I mean? Period. Don, you already know. You already know. I feel you focused on the fights. That's it, man. That's it, man. Focus on the fights. Just focus on the fights, y'all. And, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, man, what Devin Haney did, man, I cannot perceive to be as racist. I perceive to be as very competitive. If the statement was just tweaked a little bit, I don't want to have anything to do with white fighters. Keep them away from me. I don't want to be in the same state with them. I ain't never sharing a check with them. I will never fight one. That's racist. Not, oh, when I feel like I'm better, I'm more competitive because black fighters has traditionally dominated the sport. Y'all going too far. Let the kid do what he do. Salute to Devin Haney. But we'll talk more about it at another time, man. Let me make sure I got all y'all comments, man. I don't condone racism. Nobody does. Nobody does. Couldn't make Devin the villain, so they hang it on 78 all day. And that's something that we ain't going to do. And I'm going to tell y'all something, YouTubers. I'm going to leave y'all with this. Y'all better get help. You know what I mean? Look, while y'all are with this dividing shit, division across all of these lines, all of these groups out here beefing with each other and all this other stupid shit, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we all in the same goddamn boat. And guess what? When them corporate entities try to make a splash here, when they see that their numbers are dropping, when they see that their ad revenues are dropping, when they don't have nobody that's listening. I watched what's the girl? Michelle Joy and the other dude, Radio Raheem, together. That show was lame as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Lame as fuck. I ain't like none of it. You know what I mean? Audience was little as hell. I think I got more people in here now than they did. They trying to come here. They got nothing else to do. We got nobody to interview. We got nobody to talk to. So we just got to do what they do and talk boxing. 78 Sports TV is a YouTube legend. Legend. None of them will never take the spot of a 78 Sports TV. Not in a million, billion, trillion years. And that's another thing. All of you corporate heads, you need to be looking on YouTube and getting your talent. You keep fishing around with these dudes that we tired of listening to. You got all these boxing minds on YouTube. Whatever side of the fence they on. There's a lot of boxing knowledge and wisdom on YouTube. You need to be fishing right here. Ain't nobody paying their asses no. Teddy Atlas is in his basement now doing what we do. What's the dude? Rayfield. Same thing. He gonna be doing the same shit. They come in here. And we ain't gonna let them down. Whether you agree with their boxing opinions or not, they still fellow creators. And I'm down to protect all y'all above them. And ain't none of them motherfuckers over there can replace 78 Sports TV. Facts. Not in a million years. So y'all better get help. Why y'all all condoning this shit? He is biased for PBC. And how is he a youth? Because, dog, do you know how long that man been here, bro? Do you know how long that man been here? You know how many communities he's... Dog, do you know... It'll take me days. It'll take me hours to sit here and explain the impact of that channel. It'll take me hours, bro. Bro, that's like... I don't even know where to begin with that, bro. Like, he's biased. So, dog, just like... Let me explain something to you. One thing you'll notice, my man. Who said that? Dwarf. One thing you'll notice, if a person has been uploading on YouTube for a long time, their positions will always constantly change. But whether you believe it or not, you may find a video from an uploader that they did 5 years ago, and they was speaking something totally different. I'm sure his views that he's on today has evolved through time as well. Just like every uploader. The fact is you pay more attention because of his influence level and who he is. So you pay more attention. So it seems like he's biased. But to those who've been messing with him for years, you've seen his evolution on many different subjects. So I'm just saying. Wake up, Hollywood, mainstream sports and media, because the playing field is even all day. The narrative is on YouTube. And this is where they want to come. The narrative on YouTube. So whenever we see that these corporate giants trying to invade our world, let's put our petty differences to the side for a minute and say, oh, nah, we ain't going like that. We circling the wagons around our own. I might don't like him, his boxing opinion. I might like Crawford. He might like Spence. I might like Wilder. You may like Fury. You know what I mean? I may think you biased. You think I'm biased. But before we let these piranhas come around here and take what we got, we ain't going like that. So let their asses go back to ESPN here and make our folks look bad. Let them go. I don't care if I agree with the man or not on his boxing opinion. I know the impact that he has on the sport. I know the impact that he has. And that's what I'm trying to explain to y'all, bro. Like, even if you don't agree with this man has the most impact on YouTube. Man, look, man. You talking to a cat who been on YouTube for a minute. And I know who the major players are. Every single one of them. And he's the biggest of all. It ain't because of the numbers. It ain't because of the, this guy got 158,90,000 subs. No, it's because of the influence. It's because if I get on here, when ain't boxing, it may have been a boxing match, in 3 years, but I can still get on here, talk boxing, and everybody gonna pay attention. That's influence. And no one on YouTube has this level of influence. I know that for sure. I'm sure there were times, like I said, man, throughout his channel, if you go back some years ago, he probably had some issues with them at once upon a time. That's the way it go on here, fight fans. Y'all be having to quick to use the bias word for everybody. Bias, 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 bias. You know what I mean? Sometimes it ain't about bias. Sometimes people evolve, bro. Y'all don't know what their positions were a couple years ago. Excuse me, y'all. I'm gonna wipe my camera off. It look like it's getting a little foggy on y'all. I had the windows rolled up and shit. Hold on 1 minute. There we go. It's a little better. It's a little better. But yeah, man, y'all don't know where his views have evolved from, and that's why I look at it. I've been watching the man for years, bro. He was one of my inspirations for getting on YouTube, and I've never told him that. I've never said that in his comment section, never. I always go back to this story, and I'll stick with it to the day I get off YouTube. And that is the 3 influences that allowed me to say, you know what, I want to do that. And that was 78 Sports TV, Blood Boxing, and T Street Controversy. Those were the first 3 that I've ever seen talk boxing on YouTube. You know what I mean? And those 3, watching them 3 made me go, you know what? I want to do that shit. You know? And I always credit 78 with that, bro. Always. Before he even had the LDBC. Before there wasn't even an LDBC it wasn't ever even thought, it wasn't even talked about. There was no mention of it. You know what I mean? Like, I was there, you know what I mean? Through those old introductions, everything. I don't listen to him as much now because of my time, but I'm sure he's still the legend that he's always has been. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it at that, man. So all I'm gonna say is this, man. As for Devin Haney, though, bro, like, what he did was best for him. I still support the young brother. I don't think what he said was racist. It was competitive. It was competitiveness. I don't think his apology was overly compromising. I think his intentions are the same. He just apologized for the wrong terminology. And at the end of the day, I still rock with him. It's the decision he chose. We know who he is as a fighter mentally, and we know what role that he wants to play in the fight game. And it's legacy with Shawty. Thumbs up on the way out. If you did not hit it on the way in, I'm going to go ahead and leave it at there, man. And it is what it is, man. I don't want to talk about this no more. I'm moving on. Let's get to some of the fights, fight fans. Much love, man. Are you ready? Oh, are you ready for Monty Brown? I am so ready for Monty Brown. I will be linking up with him real soon. Maybe we can get a collab going so we can do the character selection. May 9th, fight fans. May 9th. Monty Brown versus Main Man Made Man on Fight Night Champion. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm looking at Carlos Monzon. I might got to give him a little bit of Monzon. Monzon, tall, long, rangy fighter. I use him very well in Fight Night. I'm looking at Carlos Monzon. Thumbs up on the way out, fight fans. I'll catch up with y'all real soon, and we will do We Talking Boxing this week all day. To the next one. Peace out.